Sorry about that, everybody. I'm just getting my camera set here, my faithful phone. Get all set up. I'm just shuffling. Welcome to today's quick little love readings live. When I have spare time, I want to pop in, pull cards. If I'm having an off day where I'm feeling a little bit disconnected, or if waiting is getting too tiresome, because we're always waiting for something, I go to the cards. One of the things that Abraham Hicks talks about is the ability to pivot when you're having a time of doubt and where your thoughts are not where you want them to be, that people distract themselves and put themselves in a better energy. And that's what always happens when I grab the cards. So today we're doing love readings. If you add your name to the comments, I'd be happy to pull actually 2 cards today. We're going to pull for romance and love specifically. And I'm going to draw 1 card from both of these decks so that we have kind of a dual story, or maybe more detail than we can do with 1 card. So for those of you wanting to manifest love, you want to attract love, I'm on a personal mission, kind of an experiment, to look at how the tarot can actually help you manifest love in your life, whatever that looks like. For some people, it is romance and getting a partner. For other people, it's being loved and respected by your family. And especially in this day and age when people are drawn to the metaphysical, they're drawn to things that cannot be explained. Coincidences, the serendipity, synchronicity, all of those things that bring you to the right place at the right time. So if you're looking for love in all the wrong places, you're in the right place. So let's pull a couple of cards and get the energy moving for today. And again, I'm Catherine. This is Fish Out of Water Tarot for people that are kind of rebellious, renegades. They want to do things their own way. They don't want to do things the way they're told. This is my vibe, and I welcome you to these readings. So I'm going to pull cards here for the collective when it comes to love and romance. And if you already are in a couple, then apply this as it fits. Otherwise, there's so many other readings out there online. I know you'll find your home. Okay, so the first card we have is Unfinished Symphony. And then we're going to draw a card from this side for the complete story. And now let's take a look. So for the general collective, when it comes to love, for sure, what you think is unfinished, what you think has passed, the energy of someone in the past, it's unfinished. Here we have the Page of Wands, and the Page of Wands is a creator just coming through a burdensome time. There's a fresh start energy around the Page of Wands, and a feeling of anything is possible. And so as he looks at this situation with the Unfinished Symphony, it seems like as he holds his staff so firmly and securely, it's almost like a barrier. And so I feel like for some of you watching, it's important that you turn away from the past love and relationships. There has been someone in your past, and maybe they set such a high standard. It may be the kind of, that's Murphy. Murphy, come here, boy. He's my little watchdog, and every time he sees something move, he's barking. But at any rate, there's something in your past where you're holding on to a past love. It could have been a tragic situation where someone passed away. Murphy. Murphy. I'm so sorry, guys. Hold on just for a second. I have a squirt gun that I use when Murphy gets loud because he doesn't like when dogs walk by our door. So I apologize. Thank you for the thumbs up as I got interrupted here. Murphy, he's a good boy. I don't want him not barking. He's a dog. Hey, stop. It's okay. You want to come up here? Come here. Come here. It's okay. I'm just going to close my door. Sorry. Sorry for the interruption. Okay, where was I? Oh, yes, the unfinished symphony. So there's something that was going on in your past love life that's just still alive, all right? This can happen with lots of breakups. It takes time to get beyond what has hurt you in the past. But the Page of Wands is here to let us all know that fresh starts are around the corner. A fresh start is no farther than your imagination. Some of you are familiar with the YouTube channel Nevolution. You definitely want to check her out. She manifested herself a husband, and her story is amazing. So if you're looking for a happily ever after, check out Nevolution. I'll put a link in the comments below and make it easy for you. But this is really good news. I mean, it's true that we may have like our hopes might be too high because we're concentrating on somebody in the past when life is wanting you to turn and walk in a different direction. Hey, Jennifer, thank you. I'm having a fabulous day. I love, love, love being able to pull cards for you guys out there. If you want to let me know where you're from, I'd love to know. And Jennifer, I'm going to draw you 2 cards next. So anybody else who's watching and listening, I'm Catherine. You heard Murphy before, my faithful little terrier who barks through the reading sometimes. Thank you for your understanding. So, from Iowa, gosh, I hope you were safe with all the tornadoes. I'm actually in Tennessee, and it was a little bit scary in Tennessee for me and my dogs. And fortunately, in our neighborhood, we didn't have any real tough weather to deal with, so I'm grateful for that. So if you'd like a reading, drop a card. I do the cards. Drop a comment, and I'll be happy to. Jahan, welcome. I'm glad to see it's a surprise reading today, huh, Jahan? I just decided I wanted to pop in quick. I got about 30 minutes or maybe a little bit more. So we're going with Jennifer next. So Jennifer, your first card is serendipity. I just talked about that in the intro about serendipity, the coincidences that happen when you are into manifesting and you're wanting to attract love and romance in your life. And it can be really difficult, Jennifer, because sometimes people can laugh at you when you believe something has been manifested, right? Other people might say, oh, it's just a coincidence. Don't put any faith in it. And yet you're a person who goes, no, 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 there's no accidental happenings. Even to be here on this reading, I did not know yesterday I was going to do this reading right now. You and I have not had contact before, Jennifer. So how cool is it that the serendipity card has shown up for you? So let's take a look at what's with. Okay, so we have the death card, and a lot of times people get nervous, they get the death card, and they're like, oh no, what does that mean? For me personally, I'm a Scorpio, and so the death card is my card. It's a card of deep transformation, and let me make this easier to see, yeah. As a person who has had so many deep transformations in my lifetime, that part of me wants to go, isn't that enough? Can't I be transformed enough? And of course, the answer is no. Hey, R. Fleming, good to see you from Tennessee. No kidding, I'm in Tennessee. Okay, Rhonda, I'm gonna put you on the list here. And fellow Tennessean. So back to Jennifer. Jennifer, so what this is showing is that there's been, I would guess there's been some kind of abrupt change. And hey, Sandra, welcome. And your abrupt change has felt like a serious ending to you. And yet, there's serendipity energy. What strikes me is the quote that says, rejection is protection. Write that one down, Jennifer, and anyone else who can resonate. Sometimes when you're rejected, I was just rejected for a project that I bid on, and I don't like to lose. I'm a competitive person, but I look at the project and I think it would have taken a lot of my time, and perhaps the universe has a better goal for me to use my time, like being on here live, might be meeting more people. than the project. So if there's a little rejection that's going on for you, Jennifer, realize that the universe is probably protecting you, and don't ever give up on your beliefs around serendipity. If you're not familiar, there's a couple of books written by a lady named Pam Grout, Grout. The first one is called E squared, and that is 9 energy experiments that just proves that what we believe in is true. And then the other, hey Kenshu, welcome to your reading this morning. This is the other book of hers is called Thank and Grow Rich instead of Think and Grow Rich. It's a book full of stories about how people use energy consciously. And I think you guys would really enjoy those books. They create like a basement, they create a foundation for your belief systems. And as far as manifesting teachers go, I think Pam Grout is by far in a class by herself. Fantastic. Okay, Jennifer, there's your cards. And now, oh gosh, I can't take all the time in the world here. So let's go to Jahan. Introducing myself, I'm Catherine. You're watching Fish Out of Water Tarot, where we are doing everything we can to bring more connection to people who are shy, maybe a little socially awkward, maybe a little introverted. Those people are my people, because I am most comfortable when I am with a very small amount of people. I feel I can be myself. If I'm in a big crowd, I don't feel comfortable and it's hard for me to mix. So how do you meet people, right? That's kind of what we're about here. I want, through these readings, through the energy of the cards, to create for you the opportunity to be in the right place at the right time more often. So enough of Catherine, let's pick cards. This is for Jahan. And Jahan, hold on, Murphy. All I have to do is pick up the squirt gun and he's quieter, but I apologize. You're welcome, Miss Jennifer. Come back and see me. Okay, so let's see here. So for Jahan, we're looking at milk and honey. Ooh, sweet. Milk and honey. Take a breath. Don't be surprised if you resonate with several cards during the readings, because we're all of like heart and like spirit, and you responded to the invitation. So something in you is desiring this milk and honey experience that we're pulling for Jahan. So Jahan, let's pick that second card, see what's going on here. Okay, so Jahan, what these cards are showing us is that you are coming to a time of smoother waters. See how down here at the corner of this card here, you can see that the water is all stirred up, but on the other side, it is calm. So this is a card that shows me that the worst is over. And so it's showing that whatever has been really troubling you when it comes to love and romance over the last maybe 2 to 3 months is really smoothing out. And that your desire to have milk and honey, which is just the sweetness of a relationship, no salt and vinegar, right? We don't want salt and vinegar. We want milk and honey. But the problem is that good always comes with the bad, Jahan. And so working on being patient when salty circumstances happen that want to take away the sweetness of the milk and honey. Don't give up. Awesome. Oh, I'm so glad, Jahan. But don't give up on your goal. If you want to experience more sweetness in your relationships, understand that you are learning valuable life lessons. And I believe the angels are so taking care of you. I look at this man with the staff and how he's guiding the ship into the new land. The people don't have any suitcases with them. They have nothing. And I think that's what happens to us when we have had heartbreak in our relationships. It can feel like you're so broken that you have nothing. But those are the times when we need to depend on the angels for help. Okay? So I would say that Archangel Raphael is the angel of healing. And so you might want to Google Archangel Raphael and see if you find some information that will soothe you on this journey into smoother waters. Okay? Thank you, Jahan, for being here. And Rhonda, fellow Tennessee, let's take a peek for you. Again, as I draw, I'm Catherine. You're at Fish Out of Water Tarot, and you did not expect to be on this reading today because I didn't know I was doing this reading today, and I'm glad to have you. Okay, and we're here and now. I love the here and now card, and let's pull our other card. Okay, excellent. Okay, very interesting. Rhonda, take a breath. And the first thing that I'm aware of is this little flag that's up here. When I first looked at it, it looked like a person to me. I was like, is that a little person floating up there? You're sure welcome, Jahan. And but it's not. It's a flag. So, but I feel like there's okay. You have people in your life who are on your team. They are wanting to support you for sure. But I have a feeling that in your mind, you're not feeling supported by them. I mean, it's like you feel that you are in the here and now. They don't understand that. They may be pulling you, encouraging you to step out and do something new, but you're not ready to leave the here and now. Now, I do notice she's kind of looking down, our little heroine here in this card. Hey, Miraculous, welcome. And we look at her and she's just, there's a word called pensive, where it's just filled with thoughts. And often we are called to meditative times when we need to separate to make sure we know what's in the here and now. So I feel like for you, Rhonda, the universe is definitely calling you to spend some quiet time and really examine, is there anything in your life right now that you can let go of? I think the people in your life are looking at you. They want to support you when it comes to love, but for some reason, they're reading you as not ready. Okay, so check it out. If you have any heartbreak or there's breakup energy that's bothering you, I would recommend that you check out a blog of mine. It's called Breakup Candy, breakupcandy.com, and it's got some exercises and some information about breakups and how they can hold you back from your future love. So go take a peek over there. But don't forget that your people are there, they're on your side, but for some reason, they are reading you that you're not ready to move on. Okay, so welcome those of you who are visiting me today. We're doing love readings. We're actually doing 2-card readings so we can pull a little bit more detail. I'm Catherine, welcome. And if you would like to have a reading, just add your name to the list and I'm more than happy to read cards for you this morning. So many of us are looking for more love. Me personally, I am very content being single. I love my single life. Been single for 8 years right now, going on 9. And I really love being single and how I have social life around the singleness. Do I get lonely? Oh, yeah. But I learn how to manage my own emotions. It prepares me for what might be coming in the future. You're welcome, Rhonda. Be blessed today. Don't give up. But regardless of where you are in your relationship status, the idea of growing to be a more attractive, more loving individual is what we want, what we're after. We can control our own vibration, can't control anybody else's. Okay, so if you're enjoying this, please hit that thumbs up so that more people will find out what we're doing here at Fish Out of Water Tarot. So now next we have Sandra. Sandra, welcome. And let's get to your cards here. So we have co-create. Very interesting. It's a beautiful card. I love this card because it shows me these 2 species, the owl and the leopard, and it doesn't seem like they would be good manifesting partners. It seems like one would be threatened by the other. So let's take a peek at our clarity card here. And we have temperance. Okay, let me just take a peek here. This is very interesting. Look at the temperance card, Sandra, and look at how the angel is pouring that energy back and forth between those cups. Look at the foot at the bottom, how 1 foot is in the water and 1 foot is on the ground. So when I look at this card, especially with the co-create, I'm feeling like there is something out of balance for you. All right, Sandra? I would think, just in the reality of the animal kingdom, that each of these animals feels superior in their kingdom. The owl does not make any noise when it flies, which is, you can watch YouTube videos about it, and it's kind of creepy. Some people are creeped out by owls. But if you make a comparison, for example, with hummingbirds, hummingbirds have to flap their wings so fast in order to survive. That's part of their system. Their feet don't work very well. Hi, Jay. Their feet don't work very well. They cannot land and rest very well, and they live a life of motion. When a hummingbird flies by you, it sounds bzzz. I mean, you hear their wings. On the opposite end, you have the owl. When the owl flies, you hear nothing. Now let's take a look at the leopard. The leopard is a queen in her world. She also uses quiet, and she's a hunter. It doesn't look like these two would make a good collaboration. However, look down here. There's an egg, okay? So all this is going to say, when it comes to love and romance, it looks like you're stuck between two worlds, Sandra, that there may be a sense of frustration or even rigidity because the two people or the two energies are so, so different. However, the cards promise that if you keep it active, keep mixing the energy back and forth. Hi, SAS. If you keep mixing the energy back and forth, you will create a pathway for yourself. I so completely believe that opposites can attract and they can really be good together, but communication is key. All right. So I would definitely suggest that you spend some time with your eyes closed. I talked a lot about that yesterday in yesterday's live, so you might want to listen in. There's timestamps, so you can pick readings to listen to, but there's definitely an advantage to strengthening your inner core and your inner connection to the divine when you're in this kind of balance. Okay, so moving on, let me take a breath. Welcome, everybody. It's Catherine at Fish Out of Water Tarot. We're doing love readings today, and the bonus is that we're using two decks. So we have a deepened story. If you're enjoying the readings, please hit the thumbs up so that more people will know that there was something fun is going on here. And of course, I appreciate your subscribing and following also. Your love and support for my channel it goes deep, trust me. And the people that have come back time and again, I love you, you know that. And when you join in with me, you help me grow my energy and what it is that I'm doing here. You are sure welcome, Sandra. Let's move on, and we have Kenshu. Kenshu, you're next. Let's see here. If you're new here and you'd like a reading, just put your name into the comments. I'm happy to pull cards for you. Today's a 2-card reading, actually. Okay, so we have the Fates. Very interesting, Kenshu. Look at her. She does look satisfied, doesn't she? Look at her arms wrapped around herself. So it's a solitary card in a love reading. This just shows me that there is great value for you to get into self-love, okay? Hi, Jackie. Excellent. I'll put you on the list. Thank you for here. I'm not going to be able to read your whole message, Jackie, because it goes so fast, but we are going to seek the cards and see what answer they have for you, all right? For those of you that want to reach out, you're going to find the contact information in the description below. I would just love to hear from you. Love the stories that I hear. Okay, so where are we? We are at Kenshu. So Kenshu, oh gosh, Kenshu, you know what? This is such a great combination for you because it shows that there is a part of you who is feeling like that fated feeling, you know, where you feel like it's fate for you to have a certain outcome. When it comes to love and romance, that can go a couple of different ways. Your fate that you're wanting might be to meet a new person. The fate that you're believing in might be to get you out of a situation that you're in, right? They're more random and always changing. So when I look at this, the 5 of Wands helps us see that there's conflict. Okay, I love the 5 of Wands because it's clearly conflict, but it's not people fighting against you. It's you fighting against you. having two different ideas in your mind that are battling one another. I go through this a lot in my manifesting practice, even here with this channel, because I do feel like reading the cards is my fate. I'm so happy when I have the cards in my hand. But I feel conflict sometimes because YouTube is a big world and I'm out in countries that don't even speak my language, and it's kind of overwhelming. I can feel self-doubt or insecurity in this situation, and they battle back and forth within me. Abraham Hicks talks about this a lot. And so if you haven't listened to Abraham Hicks yet, YouTube search them. YouTube Abraham Hicks Finding True Love, and then watch whatever video comes up. I call that Abraham Bingo. It's one of my favorite things to do because I am sensing this conflict for you, Kenshu, where a part of you wants one thing. Good morning, Emporio. A part of you wants one thing, and a different part of you wants something else. One of the things that I suggest is there is, let me just think if I can think of a reference for you. Oh yeah, Abraham Hicks is my hero. That's the thing. What I want for you, Kenshu, is to play Abraham Bingo. Go to the YouTube search, put Abraham Hicks Finding True Love or whatever you wish, and then watch the first video that comes up. Never be afraid of inner conflict, you guys. Abraham teaches about contrast, and I had something yesterday that happened. I mentioned earlier, I put a bid on a project, and my bid was turned down. How dare they turn me down? I had wonderful ideas. However, they turned me down, and so I was sad, and I felt a little rejected. But then I realized that it's bigger than me, and if I have more time to do what I love to do, it will work out. But Abraham understands that I can feel that contrast, the pinch. It's almost like something pinches you because it hurts to have disappointment. But they suggest that we actually rejoice in it and be grateful. Thank you that that rejection happened, because contrast makes me realize I'm out of alignment. That's the speech they use about being out of alignment. And what that is this: you have an inner being, it's my belief system. Your inner being is living right along with your outer being, your human being. And when you start feeling the discontent, or everything's not fair, or why can't I get this, or why can't I get that, and you're suffering, what happens is that you are not seeing your life. Yes, it's a totally free reading, Kenshu, but you're not seeing your life with the same view that your inner self, your inner being, your higher self is looking. Your higher self knows exactly what will help you in the next minute. And if you plug in and stick to your inner being's view, you're just going to feel better. There's stuff that happens in life that's not fun or comfortable. It's life. And Abraham teaches that you can't change your conditions. The conditions of life happen, but you can always change your mindset, and that's what keeps us in the game. Okay, so let's move on. And Catherine, you have stumbled upon my lovely channel, Fish Out of Water Tarot. So glad you're here. Please hit that thumbs up while you're thinking about it. And if you want a reading, add your name. I will add it to the list. I'm going to do readings as long as I can. I was planning on 30 minutes, but I think I can stretch it. So Jay, this reading is for Jay. And let's take a card from our exploratory deck here. Not for you. Oh my, look at that. It's a fortune cookie. Interesting. Let me take a look at that. It's a chessboard and a fortune cookie. Okay, so Kenshu, I'm going to put timestamps into this recording. When you come back to look at it later, you can look for the section that's the Fates and the Five of Wands. That was your reading, and you can review it, okay? So this reading is for Jay, and Jay, not for you. Uh-oh, let's take a peek here. What is the universe telling us about not for you? All right, so you are in a choice point. Okay, let me get my cards arranged. So the first thing that strikes me is fortune cookies. Fortune cookies are fun, opening them up and reading the message. And I have to tell you, last time I went for Chinese food, my fortune cookie was empty. I have never seen that happen before, where I cracked the cookie open, there was no message in there. And I'm thinking of it for you right now, Jay, because it seems like there's this going around in circles energy I'm feeling for you, that you are involved with something that part of you is saying hell yes, and the other part of you is saying hell no. You feel like you're balancing on one foot, that feeling of loss. What if I make a mistake? So, Jay, you know what? We all make mistakes. I'm going to say that flat out. I'm probably a little bit older than you. I've probably made a few more mistakes. But the fact is that the universe does bring us these feelings. Usually they're internal, where your tummy might hurt, or you might feel achiness around your jawline. You might feel achiness at the top of your chest, the feeling like you're about ready to cry. All of those feelings in your body are showing you that you're walking away from your highest good. So anxiety is a symptom of not being plugged into your highest good. If you're a personality that goes back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and have a hard time deciding, this card may be speaking to you to just, effing make a choice. Don't do this to yourself. You're at a fork in the road, but it's a good fork. The Two of Pentacles has a playful energy, and I think sometimes when we're too serious about making a decision, we just get too adult. We have to make adult decisions, but it's the playful energy that inspires. So for you today, Jay, find something fun, do something out of the ordinary, put your problem out of your mind. I would write on a piece of paper, this is for the universe to handle, fold it up and put it away somewhere and spend a day without thinking about your problem, and then see if a bright idea doesn't pop up for you. It does look like what you're trying to decide on is important, because it says not for you. Okay, if you would like to reach out for more information, some of you may want a private reading, and I do provide those. That email is in the description box below. You can grab that. So now we have SAS. Are you sassy? SAS? You're welcome, Jay. Good luck to you. Let's see what we have here. And to the sea. Oh, very interesting. It's kind of we're getting kind of a similar call through our readings so far today about taking time to by yourself, or taking time in a way that will give you more guidance from your inner being. So, but anyway, let's grab our other card here. Get them. Seven of Wands. Okay, so who are we here? We are SAS. So SAS, what I am seeing here is that let me just breathe into it for a second. Okay, so we have 2 sevens here. It's the first thing I notice. So there's something that you're considering. And hold on, Murphy. All I have to do is point the squirt gun. I'm not even going to look at him. I'm just going to put it over my shoulder. But okay, back to where I was. So there's some activity going on that's pulling your energy away from your highest good. Okay, there's a certain degree of defensiveness that. You know what? I don't think you feel it so much, but you may be a person that people say you're so defensive, and you're like, no, I'm not. That's the defensive energy is a protector. There's no question. When you feel like somebody has hurt your feelings, every time you see them, you're going to look like that guy in the green outfit. You're just putting the stick up saying no. Well, the green is the color of the heart chakra. So it really shows that protecting your heart is important to you. And if you're introverted or have some social awkwardness, which is true in my life, I'd rather be out to sea, for sure, than to be with certain people. Some of my own family members are difficult to be with. And so if I need to go with that, to be somewhere where I would rather be out to sea, but I have to be with people, I don't want them to be feeling that I'm defensive. One of the things I do is I prepare what I call an energy first aid kit. Now, my own energy first aid kit is 3 or 4 things that I know will shift my mood as quickly as possible. If I'm with people that are what I call hard on me, they like to tease me, they don't understand the cards or they don't understand the work I do, and so they're a little bit dismissive, or some people mock people who believe these things. If I'm spending time with them, it's real easy for me to have sevens, the 7 of Wands energy just spring to life. And all I want to do is say, stay away from me. But I do know that going outside always changes my mood. A breath of fresh air will always help me. So a quick walk around the block, a quick, sometimes you can just say to the person, you know what, I'm just feeling that everything's off a little bit here. I'm just going to run out for a quick walk. I mean, just being honest about your feelings. Also, another thing, you can run your wrists under cold water. You just go to the bathroom or the kitchen, put your wrists under cold water, and it will soothe you. Another thing is, I learned this from a friend of mine from Nicaragua. Her mother always told her this sage advice, which was, when you're mad, drink water first. So when you do feel like your mood is hot or you're fiery, have a good cold glass of water. That's often enough to just shift the energy. What you're wanting to do is to take care of yourself, but you want to depend on the universe to provide that radiation of self-awareness, like you radiate self-confidence so that you don't need to defend yourself so much, okay? So there we have for SAS. Your cards are coming. Let me write you down. Miraculous. We have a few coming before you. Thank you for your patience. And if people have to leave, I understand. I'm going to put timestamps on the readings so you can come back, and I'll have each the card pairs will be listed in the timestamps. So I have Jackie, Emporio, and Miraculous, my next 3, and then I think I'll probably take off, so we'll get those done. Hit that thumbs up. Show me some love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is Catherine. You are here at Fish Out of Water Tarot with our love readings today. If you want a reading, you can add a comment. I'll try quick to get to everyone who is here for readings today. And, I want to say too, every single Sunday, I have Coffee with Catherine. And you can come back and join me on the regular. You can plan on it. But the spontaneous readings that I'm doing this morning, I'm just going to pop those in there whenever the mood strikes me. It just makes for the magic of attraction. And so what we have here for Jackie is we have deep knowing. Okay, taking a look at that. I'm trying to see myself. Let me look carefully here. It's another owl. Okay, so we have the owls showing up. And so if you're in here watching this reading, be sure to Google owl and Google spiritual meaning of owl, because it's shown up twice this morning, and that'd be like a bonus reading for you. But for Jackie, let's see what the finish of our story is here. And we have the Chariot. Okay, Jackie, let's take a peek here. So we have, so what this shows me right away is that the universe is recognizing that you are a person of substance, that you take things seriously, and that finding truth is important. You don't want to make decisions without understanding all of the details. Like, you definitely want to feel secure. Like, why leave this situation for another situation unless I know every detail? This might be something that the people in your life get annoyed because they're like, come on, Jackie, make a decision. What do you want to do? But, Jackie, I love when there's resonance here. It's just so fun for me too, because the cards do all the work. That's what I'd say to everybody. The Chariot, though, the Chariot is a get up and go card. The Chariot is go, Jackie, don't wait. Why? Because I heard a teacher, I can't remember who it was right now. If it flashes to me, I will let you know. But what the person told her class was that God, the divine, does not have a human body right now. I mean, God is this, whatever the divine means to you, is an invisible source or invisible being, and that humans are the body. Okay, so the chariot is the sign that God needs, hi Valerie, that God needs your body. The divine needs you to take action, because when you take action, things change, and that you don't really need to have as much deep knowing as you think. The intuition is so strong. So what I would suggest, there's a lady named Sonia Choquette. It's Choquette. She has great information on intuitive development. So I would say for you, Jackie, definitely check her out, because you're exactly right. Everything's energy vibrating. So if the universe wants you to take action, then your own sense of needing deep knowing first could be holding you back. Okay. And this is another 7. Look at that. This is a 7 card, and 4 and 3 equals 7. So I'm feeling like, I'm glad you're familiar. I'm glad that you are sensing this. It's kind of like a stuck place within you, but allow the universe to push you into action if that's what's in your highest good. And I don't like to use the word push, it's more like draw, because you will feel like this sense of almost like anxiety, like I need to do a change, and then call on the chariot card. You could even Google, or excuse me, YouTube search for a teaching on the chariot, because there's so many itty bitty videos, 2 to 5 minutes long, that could give you more depth. Okay. Also, if you do need more information, don't hesitate to email me. It's tarotinfoplease@gmail.com, because I'd love to hear from you. Okay, moving right along. Emporio. Let's see what the universe has for you today, Emporio. And whoopsie, upside down. Are you upside down, Emporio? Oh, okay. Excellent, Jackie. Be sure to reach out. I'd love to hear from you. Okay, so Emporio, what do we have for you today? A leg up. Okay, let me take a look at it myself here. Aw, look at that card. Okay. So what this shows me is that sometimes we all need a little help, right? And sometimes we may seem like way too small for what it is that we're called to do, and we need to have an assistant. So what strikes me about you, Emporio, is that you are the person that's usually helping people. If they need to have a leg up, you're there. You are a wonderful friend. You're somebody that the people in your life can count on. But the trouble is, sometimes, how do you get help? And again, we have another 7. 3 plus 4 is 7. So there's lots of inner stretching, inner growing, inner growth that's happening right now, I think, in all the people that are watching these cards with me today. The Knight of Pentacles has to do with money. It has to do with very slow moving energy. A lot of times when people draw this card, they feel frustrated. So what I'm sensing about you is that because you have been such a helper, Emporio, and that people have learned to count on you, at this point, things are moving slowly. You could use some support. And so I think the universe is calling you to reach out and to allow someone that has helped you in the past to help you now. I heard this in terms of manifesting recently, where allowing people to help you is such a good practice. For example, when I go to the grocery store, and at the end of, after I paid for my food, and they'll say, would you like help out to your car? I always say no, because it's not that hard. I can do it. But the principle of accepting, having the humility to accept help at any level is really good for us as humans, especially if you're somebody that everybody else goes to. So be sure to take advantage of this message today. Let someone in to help you, even if you don't ordinarily need help in that arena. The people that you've supported, they almost feel out of balance because you've helped them so much, they don't know how to help you. And if you're in a place, for example, that you want privacy, you don't want people to know what's going on, that's very true for me. I'm not transparent with my issues, but I will be transparent about needing help. So in my private community, I'll just put out there, send me energy today. I'm going through an issue. I don't need to tell you the details, but send energy to me. And that can be enough. Okay. We do need to have that humility to let other people help us when we're the strong ones. Okay, moving on, we are going to Miraculous. I'm here, Miraculous. Thank you for hanging out. Miraculous is somebody who's come to see me a couple times. Those of you guys who come back, Emporio, same thing. Jahan and Sandra, thank you so much for being part of my Fish Out of Water mission. I really appreciate it. Let me take a breath. I have time for a couple more cards in here. I'm squeeze them out for you. I'm here every Sunday at 10 o'clock Central Time here in the States. And so please plan on coming back to join. If you need any further support, don't hesitate to reach out. My email is in the description box below. All right, and we are at Miraculous. Okay, Miraculous, let's see what we have. Okay, and Treasure Island. Ooh, that's a beautiful card. Let's take a peek at it. Okay, I want to see it up close for me. Aw, wow, that's so cool, on the back of a turtle. Okay, so right away, first thing, I always say to people, if animals cross your path, go to Google and search for the spiritual meaning of that animal. You will get a message, I promise. That is for sure. And a sea turtle is a precious animal, actually an endangered species. And so when I look at this treasure island on a turtle, so that's not a very stable treasure, because if that turtle goes down and goes underwater, what happens to the treasure, right? So there's something, let's see what the card has to, the clarity. Oh, very interesting, Miraculous. Okay, so let me take a peek. Well, it's showing that you're definitely at a choice point. And this feels insecure to me. You know, it's like Treasure Island, to have your treasure on an animal, and the animal could submerge anytime and will submerge, because turtles are meant to be on the water and under the water, particularly this type of turtle. Now, we do know that there's turtles that walk on land and never go underwater, and that may be significant. Another thing that strikes me as significant is that a turtle, they can go in their shell to protect themselves, and when they're in their shell, they shut everything off. And so to me, this strikes me as a little bit of unpreparedness, that you need to learn how to close the treasure chest so that when things change, you are closed off, that your resources are safe. So that might be part of the message here. With the Two of Swords, they say that one sword is fear and the other sword is anger. And so when you're trying to protect yourself or to hold up energy in this world, if you have a lot of fear and anger mixed in, it's so uncomfortable. Earlier in the reading, I was talking about Abraham Hicks, who I really love to listen to. Esther's voice is so soothing. And they talk about contrast and using it for our own good. And they talk about relief being the most important emotion, that when you feel relieved, it's really meaningful. The feeling of relief in your body is the opposite of being tight and having your stomach be tight. And people develop ulcers and bad backs because they're holding so much stress in their body. Okay, so what I feel like this is saying to you today, Miraculous, is that you have so much more treasure than you're aware of. You are a treasure, but you don't want to lose time by being caught up in arguments that are not serving you at all. So release the fear and anger that may be holding you back and walk out of this situation. I'm thinking that, let me just think here for a second. I'm going to refer you this, I did this earlier in the reading, but there's a woman named Lila that has Nevolution is her YouTube channel. I love her so much. She teaches from a man named Neville, And it's so grounded and very, very good advice. So I don't know what's going on with you, Miraculous, but take a peek at Nevolution, okay? I think you'll get some guidance there. Okay, we have two more readings, Valerie and Lakia, and then I'm done. Okay, so Valerie, what do we have for you? Go the distance. Let me take a peek at it myself. Oh my. Okay, I wonder what's going on with you, Valerie. Here we have a leopard. I think it's a leopard. Looks like, or it could be a cheetah. Probably cheetah because cheetah is such a fast animal. But notice cheetah is going so fast, she is airborne. So what's going on with that? She's not a bird. She's not a plane. She is cheetah. So let's see how we can explain her story. Oh, there's a lot of speed going on. Okay. Alrighty. So when the Knight of Swords comes into a reading, you can tell, look at that, fast, right? The clouds are, it's windy, he's charging in, it's like, let's go, I'm ready. Coming through the Swords deck, the Swords deck is, or excuse me, the Swords suit is so filled with drama because it's our own thinking. It's how many times is it, Valerie, when you have a goal in mind, you're working for something, and self-doubt pops its ugly little head into the picture, right? And you start to doubt, can I do this or not? This happens when, you're welcome, Miraculous. This happens like if you get a promotion, if you take a new position, and for you, in the love life area, it might be that you're taking on a new challenge. And I've got pressure in my upper chest right now. I can really feel it. And I have just some little burps coming. I move energy for people when I'm reading. It's just part of my body and how it responds. So it just makes me think that there is definitely a block going on for you, Valerie, because look at these two cards are speeding in opposite direction. Okay, so the cheetah's going for the finish line, and but where is it? It's not, she's not on the ground, she's in the air. So it's looking like that she'll never get there. And then the other energy, the Knight of Swords, is racing in the opposite direction. So you're definitely having a mindset issue between what you think is possible and what is actually happening. Okay, so this is one where everything in me wants to say stop, just for a minute, just stop, take a breath. Because this is not sustainable, is it, Valerie? You can't go on being pulled in two different directions like this. So I believe the universe is wanting you to pause and think carefully about what is most important. What hits my mind right now is the yellow legal sheet method, where you list pros and cons. Take the time. Right now, your mind is thinking all about pro, I should do it, I shouldn't do it, and con. But actually putting it on paper will bring peace to you. Okay, and this is how I do it. Draw a line down a piece of paper, and then put on the left, put the choice A, on the right, put choice B, and just write down the good that can happen for you if you choose choice A, and write the good that can happen if you choose choice B. Start to put it on paper, and I think you're going to find some peace of mind. If you own a tarot deck, I would pick up your cards and go through your cards and find the Four of Swords, okay? And then pick out the Four of Swords, but also pick out the card that comes immediately before it and immediately after it. It's such a cool way of giving yourself a tiny reading around like a remedy card, because the Four of Swords is about rest. It's about taking your time for just a minute. Just stop and decide what it is that's really best for you, okay? So there's your reading, my friend. Thank you for coming. And this will be my last reading for today, Lakia, and then I have to go. Thank you so much for coming. I'll be back. These spontaneous readings, you never know when I'm going to show up, but every Sunday at 10 o'clock Central Time here in the States, I am on live. You can plan on it. Coffee with Catherine, and we pull cards. So let's pull one more card for Lakia. Actually, two cards. Hey, if you're enjoying the 2-card readings, be sure to put a comment in there, Also, hit the thumbs up. I think the 2 card readings are kind of fun, and if you like them, I'll do it again. Okay, so higher power coming through for Lakia, and then let's see what our support. Oh gosh, Lakia, what's going on, girl? Okay, so it looks to me, let me see here, let me get in my other hand. Your faith is so important to you, isn't it, Lakia? You have come through a lot. And it's like the more you come through, the more sure you are that this is a spiritual journey, that you are a spirit having a human experience. And if anything, your devotion to your higher power is, your friends know that about you. In fact, you may be a person that they come to you for advice. See the little light coming out of the third eye. So this is like when you have a call in your life, you're a helper. Like I am, I have a call in my life to encourage and inspire people. And once I found the cards, I had my vehicle. You know, I've written a couple books. I've done a lot. I have a few blogs. I've done a lot of things to help support people in spiritual growth. And nothing is as fun as the cards. Nothing is as inspiring to me. And when I hear your stories, it inspires me even more deeply. So I appreciate you being in the spiritual leadership in your friends and family, Lakia. But what's this 3 of Swords? The 3 of Swords is a heartbreak card. It does have a few different messages. The first thing I'm going to mention is sometimes it can be the warning of a third party. So that's what's coming up first for me. So if you're in a relationship, and it could be a business relationship or a friendship or romance, but there's somebody that's interfering, somebody is saying false things or trying to interfere in a couple. I'm using it broadly because I know there's lots of people listening, and that 3 of Swords energy can mean other than a third party just in love. But it's the idea of not having the trust that you thought you did, because if somebody's pulling in a third party, something is broken there. Now, because of your devotion to listen to your higher power, these 3 of Swords moments are difficult because we're supposed to forgive 7 times 7, and we're supposed to, give people a chance, and we're loving beings and all of that. But sometimes we need to cleanse our lives from things that are not good for us at all. So, and I will repeat also, Lakia, that if you're feeling hard feelings toward somebody, hurt feelings make hard feelings. Let me say that again. Hurt feelings cause hard feelings. That quote occurred to me the other day, and it's so true, because once you've been hurt, then you're like, I dare you to do that again. And when we say that to life, like, I will not be hurt again, I've learned my lesson. If those feelings turn hard, you're not going to be able to hear from your inner being and your divine source very well. So just do an inventory, see if you're holding hard feelings against anybody in the past. And then I'll tell you a magical trick that works for me like crazy. In fact, I'm going to add an article to the comments, so please do check that out later today. It's about writing a letter to yourself. I'm writing myself a note, that's why my table's shaking. Writing yourself a letter, and you say, dear, I'll use your name, dear Lakia, and then you write from the person that's hurt your feelings and write your own apology. I'm not even kidding. So you bet, dear so-and-so, dear Lakia, I am so sorry. When I look back and realize how much that must have hurt your feelings, I'm sick about it. Signed, the person. You'll be shocked at how efficient that is to change the energy. And then taking a little bit from Louise Hay, who I love so dearly, please do look up her work on the inner child, Lakia. I think you'll find it fascinating. You can YouTube search Louise Hay. But she says, thank you. This is her affirmation. Thank you for showing me the part of myself that falls so easily into self-deception. Now that I see it, I can rejoice. Okay? Friends with benefit. Okay, I can't read. Lakia, I'm so sorry. I can't read the messages just because they go by so fast. But the main thing to do is to know that if your inner being has a different view of what it is that you're feeling, so if you feel sad or distressed, your inner being doesn't. Your inner being realizes that you're not seeing the situation clearly. So again, Abraham Bingo is one of my favorite things to play. And that's when you go to the YouTube search, you put Abraham Hicks, and then put whatever your issue is. So if you have a friend with benefits and you can't figure out if it's good for you or not, I would go Abraham Hicks, Friends with Benefits, and see what they say. Okay, so but the bottom line is, when you have a call on your life, you're supposed to live perfect. You're supposed to have fun and be rebellious and be human, but also not to allow yourself to be diminished by the people that are surrounding you. So thank you so much, you guys. I really loved doing these readings this morning. I have an appointment. I need to go. I will be back with you on Sunday for our Coffee with Catherine, or I might very well show up again through the week when the mood strikes me. If you have a topic that you'd like to see me do readings, shoot me an email. I would love to do that. I would do a theme for whatever it is that you would like to hear. Would you like to hear readings on money, career, moving? You want to leave the country? What are things that are interesting to you? I would love to do readings about those very things. And is there anything else? Oh yes, let me give you my email, tarotinfoplease@gmail.com. So take care, have a beautiful day, and I look forward to seeing you on my next live. Bye now.